got to take it off the loop again. How the heck are we all doing? It's Friday. I'm on vacation, I'm on vacation every single day because I hate my occupation. I got too many, but that's okay because I'm on vacation. How we all doing today? Welcome to North Sports Dynasty. I am your host, Andrew Fulbert, and guess what? We got some football to talk about. We got training camp for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, ladies and gentlemen. 3 days of it. We got notes. We got things to get into, including some key injuries, some overreactions, some standouts, top news that you're going to need here. Of course, the Ryan Jensen injury. Who is the replacement? We're going to look at the Robert Hainsey, this JC Shredder talk. We're going to be talking it all. We're going to be talking about the Julio Jones signing. The impact that Julio Jones has on this team and the league all around, ladies and gentlemen, it is huge. And, of course, we'll talk a little bit of the update of what happened with the XFL. Hey, that's right. Guess what? Before we even get started, I need you all to do me a favor. Like and share and follow North Sports Dynasty. That's right. In order to get this platform nice and grown and big and for shown, I need your likes and I need your shares and I need your follows, especially on YouTube. Hit that subscribe button on YouTube. That's the biggest thing that's going to get me over the top. I got 49. I'm looking for number 50. And guess what, ladies and gentlemen? This season coming up, we're going to have lots of giveaways. Yes, some of the giveaways are already on the way. With the tracking number and everything. I'm so excited. So without further ado, let me show you what else I'm really excited for. North Sports Dynasty, ladies and gentlemen, going forward, we'll actually have a little bit of some, I guess you would say, accessories. Dun, 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 dun. That's right. I got shirts. I got more shirts that'll be on the way. This is one of those like little hooded little buggers here. Made my arms look big for a second. See? It's got a little hood and everything. And it's got my logo. I am so ready for raving tomorrow. Oh my goodness gracious. But you know what else I'm actually more excited for? It's for you to be able to purchase one of these for yourself. So yes, when I get back from vacation, I will actually have a little bit more details and an order form for you to sign so that you can get your own, your very own, your very, 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 very own gear, including a shirt. Might have stickers available. Also some like gift card, not gift cards, but what do you call them there? What's it called? Business cards. There we go. I was like, why can I not think of the damn name? Oh my goodness gracious. So without further ado, since I finally got to show this thing off, I was waiting for so damn long. So damn long I was waiting for this. I'm so excited. All right. I know what you're all here for. Let's talk a little bit of football. Let's talk about what's actually happening in the world of your Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Ladies and gentlemen, it is the start of training camp. So you know what we do here as Buccaneer fans. We raise our flags when we show our respect for our team. And that's what we do here at NSD, is because I'm going to say something that I've never actually done before. I've said a lot of crazy things in my life. And I've been wrong about many a damn things in my life. But there's something out there right now that is lingering in everybody's minds, that is becoming something in a certain fan base's cranium. And I've never stated this the way I am about to now. And I will quadruple, fifth-tuple, and sextuple myself down on this throughout the rest of the season. The the Tampa Bay Buccaneers are going to win the damn Lombardi. Whether there's any other fan base out there that even thinks that they have a chance this year, congratulations. To any team out there who actually signed and traded and did all those things to stay in some sort of relevancy, I praise you. But you didn't do anything close to what the Tampa Bay Buccaneers have done. Sure, we might be a little bit thin on the depth, and that's something that I'm not exactly too thrilled about. And yes, we may have just had a major key injury to our center. But this is something I have always wanted to as a kid. From a non-biased perspective, but also from a very biased perspective, came out and said, and I quote, "My fucking team is going to win the championship this year." Does anybody have any doubts? Does anybody have any comparisons of good teams out there? Yeah, there's good teams. There's elite teams out there too. Hell, I mean the Kansas City Chiefs, the Buffalo Bills. I'd even throw the Cincinnati Bengals up there, though I think they're going to kind of hit a little bit of a downpour here. But can you tell me any other team in any other division in the NFC besides the LA Rams that even has a sniffing chance at getting to us? The LA Rams last year made some trades at the trade deadline that helped them. They may do the same thing. Congratulations. But do you not think that the Tampa Bay Buccaneers are doing the same? Do you not think the Tampa Bay Buccaneers are looking at the same damn players that the LA Rams are looking at that are probably going to be cut or available for trade for very, very cheap come week 7 or week 8? We're all sniffing the same damn cheddar, baby. But there's a reason behind this. There's a big 3-letter word. His name is Tom. Tom has one more year. Never have I ever said that I want my team to win, but they're going to win. And never have I actually been more determined that there is going to be one more year left of a player for sure. Because there is no way that this man, Mr. Tom Brady, is going to walk off into the sunset without that damn ring. And there is no way, despite injury and, all that other stuff, that this is going to be taken away from him. This Tampa Bay Buccaneers squad is built different now. When all these other teams are sitting there looking for centers, all-star centers, hell, franchise centers, hell, just the center for their actual quarterback to be, quite productive. They're still in free agency. There's teams out there who are just not spending money. There's teams out there who do spend money. And you start to see the difference really, really quick. And sure, 2026 is going to be a pain in the ass when we probably got to pay $79.5 million in dead cap. That's in, 3 years? That's for some other young quarterback to deal with. That's for Todd Bowles in 3 years after 2 more Super Bowl rings is there to deal with. Those are called the dark ages. That's something that the Tampa Bay Buccaneers are used to, ladies and gentlemen. Tampa Bay Buccaneers are going to win the damn Super Bowl. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers are going to win the damn Super Bowl. No if, no ands, and no buts. Call me crazy. Say, Andrew, God, damn it, man, you are on vacation. What the hell are you doing? You shouldn't be spewing dumb crap like this. No, because I sat there yesterday and today and for many of weeks in this offseason doing the schedule, ladies and gentlemen, going through exactly what is going to happen and who is going to come out on top in my predictions. And in all of these, when the playoffs come around, it doesn't matter who we play in the first round, whether it's the New Orleans Saints or a nice up-and-coming new team that nobody actually thought of, like, say, the New York Giants, or hell, even the Atlanta Falcons, or the Washington Commanders, to give some of the loves to the people I see in the comments section there. Sean Spencer, let's go. I'm starting to love Fridays more and more, buddy. I am too. Ooh, my camera. Uh-oh. Come on, camera. Get you back into focus, baby. Ooh. Ooh. Oh, there we go. Thank you for tuning in today, Sean. Oh, I like that. Might have to get me one. NSD is on the rise, right? Aren't these pretty? I'm going to have to take a picture of the white shirt. The white shirt will be all over Facebook. This I think I'm going to have to wear tomorrow because my fiance is wearing a nice black outfit for the rave. So might have to do the same. Thank you for tuning in, though, brother. I appreciate you. Love those transitions. Buddy, I love these transitions, too. I loved it. And you know what? I love Let's Talk Football. Can we give a shout out? Even though it's my show, actually. Let's give a shout out right here. Let's Talk Football, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to have to get a commercial for you guys here. On NSD, my man, half co-host, full co-host of Let's Talk Football, Janae Struther, the other host. They're both hosts. That's the way I should say it. Sorry, I'm on vacation. I know not the words that I speak right now. What's cracking, man? Zagnif Productions. How the hell are we doing tonight on my phone? Buddy, I've been reading these books. I love them. I appreciate them. Appreciate you for tuning in. Falcons made a complete 180 and win that division. Book it. Damn! Is Desmond Ridder the starter in that? Who's the starter in that? That's who I would like to know. Then, too, I also thought Dallas would have 7 or 8 Lombardis by now. Ooh. Shot at Ashley Swinton there. Maybe not. Look at the team. Look at this team. Ryan Jensen may have gone down. Let's talk about this injury quick. Ryan Jensen has gone down. We do not know the exact timeline, but it is obviously not sounding good. He does not look like or sound like he is going to be returning until maybe the playoffs, if that. So really, it's Robert Hainsey's job, would it not seem? Or do you think that we're set on the J.C. Tretter train? Or do you think that we're trading a 3rd or 4th round pick eventually to go grab somebody else who's about to be cut on a different team? What do you think is actually going to be? Because to be honest with you, we spent a 3rd round pick on Robert Hainsey, who, to be fair with you also, is an offensive lineman who can literally do everything. You can put him in at tackle if you want. You can put him in at guard if you want. You can put him in at center. He's obviously better at guard and center, but he's an all-around offensive lineman. And that is exactly what has been needed on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers for many of years, just to have at the depth position. Now, is he going to be a major starter going forward? Hell to the no. And it makes it a little bit more intimidating when our inside, or 3 guys in the inside, of Ali Marpet, Ryan Jensen, and Alex Cappa last year are not going to be returning this time around. Shaq Mason, Robert Hainsey, and probably Luke Kadecki. We do not actually know the full depth of what is going to be happening there on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. But it's still good. Shaq Mason is a damn good guard. I don't care what anybody says. Shaq Mason is a damn good guard. And to top all that off, we did draft a guy in the 2nd round. The Buccaneers have done a great job, as you've seen, with Ali Marpet and Alex Cappa, Donald Penn. Some of these other guys we've grabbed in either the late tail end of the 1st round to the bottom tier of the 2nd and 3rd round. We have been able to grab talent. That's what the Tampa Bay Buccaneers have done very, very well in all the years that we have been actually crap. So let's throw a little bit of respect there. But what is Robert Hainsey going to bring? Being Tom Brady's last year and the go-get-it year, you don't necessarily want your starting center to be down. That is the one player that in all of this, you really do not want to be losing. But it's here. We've lost him. It's more than likely it's going to be a little bit. So what about the J.C. Tretter thing? What about the J.C. Tretter signing? What about it? Do we need it? Depends on who you are in the aspect of this Tampa Bay Buccaneers team right now. If you are one of those people out there who thinks that we should be doing nothing but trying to sign J.C. Tretter because this is Tom Brady's last go around, I also kind of agree with you. I really do. But also, at the same time, if we were to do something like that, that is more cap space gone, and more cap space gone at a time that we don't necessarily need to be spending as much, because we don't necessarily know what other additions we are possibly going to need to make to this team. Now, I would rather obviously keep Robert Hainsey in-house. Spent the third round on him, and he's been around the Ryan Jensen train. He's been around the Ali Marpet train. This guy has been trained and coached by arguably Hall of Fame talent, the offensive line. Ali Marpet may go down as one of the best guards, obviously for the Buccaneers, but one of the best guards of all time if you look at his stats. Ryan Jensen is an absolute monster of a steal that came out of the 5th or 6th round for the Ravens. Decided to start punching everybody in training camp, as told by Ryan Shipley, or AQ Shipley, on the Pat McAfee show this past week there. So are we really to freak out right off the bat? I don't think we need to. But if we end up doing the signing of the JC Treader, I think it's only because that Robert Hainsey is not ready to lead the Tampa Bay Buccaneers in the center position for the GOAT. That would be the only reason. You can obviously see him being a starter for like Kyle Trask or Blaine Gabbert, or if we were to go and draft another quarterback next year, I can obviously see that being a thing. And the only reason that would actually be a thing is because we don't want to start spending money. But when you're going for a ring and you're going for a title and you're starting to go and compete at history here, like actual history, there's no end. There's nothing. There's no stop. There's no nah. Let's go for it now. And don't stop. Why would you stop? And that's what brings to my point about the Julio Jones signing. A lot of people are like, well, what about Cyril Grayson and Scotty Miller and Brashad Perriman, Jalen Darden? Like, what about we have a good wide receiver corps? True. For any other quarterback but the GOAT. And I mean that out of respect. Jalen Darden, Christopher Colassiou there. Hainsey is a beast. You're damn right he's a beast. I hope he stays. I hope he takes that position and he just runs with it. Nobody ever says a damn thing about it. By the way, if you're tuning in, ladies and gentlemen, drop a share, drop a like, especially a like. Subscribe on YouTube if you aren't tuning in from there. Get me up to 50 shares. Got a lot of giveaways this upcoming season, so stay tuned for that. Julio Jones' signing makes the Tampa Bay Buccaneers that much more scary, where I actually turn around and say the Tampa Bay Buccaneers are winning the damn Super Bowl. When he was traded to the Titans, whether anybody wanted to believe it or not, because he wasn't that healthy, the defenses still did one thing. They still respected Julio when he was on the field, healthy or not. That is the thing that they're going to be doing with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And they have to. Because if the Tampa Bay Buccaneers go out in a set of, say, Lenny in the backfield and an eye, Kyle Rudolph out there down, Godwin in the slot, and Mike Evans and Julio spread wide, what do you honestly do? Because us as Tampa Bay Buccaneer fans know exactly what happens when you leave Julio Jones alone. He burns you. Julio Jones is one of the reasons why I sit here today and I basically claim this. Tampa Bay Buccaneers win the Super Bowl. There's nothing else. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers win the Super Bowl. Because even if he is 50% of what he was as an Atlanta Falcon, 50%, that's still 100 yards that he can put up on a bad defense. Because he did that to us, except he decided to put 200 yards up on our defense. And if I'm not mistaken, he did it twice. Why is because of injury? The guy's 33 years old. The guy's a year and a half older than me. I can still run 10 miles. I can still drink lots of beer, despite my size. I can do lots of damn things at 31 years old. You don't think Julio Jones for the last year, after being cut, after not having to be on a football field, getting to do his own type of healing, you don't think that that's going to be a little bit of help? You don't think that if a defense decides to just, we'll throw a rookie on Julio Jones and stuff like that. You don't think Tom Brady's going to make fun of that rookie corner all day, every day? You don't think Tom Brady is going to be targeting Julio Jones when it comes to those major targets? You don't think, because of how Chris Godwin was drafted back in the day and why he was drafted back in the day, that they're not going to throw Chris Godwin back in the slot? And then let's say the Buccaneers are down by 7. Take Kyle Rudolph out. Put Russell Gage in there. Then hell, if you need to take Lenny Fournette out, go put freaking Tyler Johnson out there. Jalen Darden, Scotty Miller if you just need a burner. We saw what happened when you did that. So why is it all of a sudden everybody out there just thinks that some team just has 6 cornerbacks that are 6'1.5"? I didn't know anybody out there besides the Green Bay Packers had any corners that 6'1" named Jair Alexander. There is no team out there that scares the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, probably except the Rams and the Packers, respectively, because they're the 2 best teams in the NFC. But we have depth at the wide receiver position. That's the best part of this. It's not just Antonio Brown in the slot anymore. And Scotty Miller and Tyler Johnson and all these rookies trying to figure it out with the GOAT. It's actual Hall of Fame talent that is now there, or at least if not Hall of Fame talent, injury prone. And that was the reason it was taken away, the Hall of Fame, from you. Talent. And Kyle Rudolph. Ash Swinton tuning in says, hey, well, shit, I need to get on your level and get me a drink. There you go. Tell Sid to get a drink. Drop in here. And drop a like and drop a share, drop a follow. Actually, I know you guys follow. Cheers. But why is there no respect? Why is it continuous teams out there and continuous fan bases honestly think that there's enough cornerbacks out there to cover the Tampa Bay Buccaneers? The only team that's even close to it is the Green Bay Packers. And what the Green Bay Packers lack is an offensive unit. We at least have 3 cornerbacks in our disposal that can win at almost every single time. So anybody want to sit here and tell me that the Tampa Bay Buccaneers are not going to win the Super Bowl? Anybody want to sit there and tell me that there's another team that's actually going to push us? I don't think so. Anybody want to sit there and tell me that the Julio Jones signing wasn't the best damn signing we've had this whole entire offseason? I don't care what you think. Add Gronk back into this mix, and all of a sudden, what else are you laughing about? Gronk comes back week 8, week 9. Is there really anybody else that could beat the Tampa Bay Buccaneers? And then at the same time, if you look at the talent that's around Tom Brady and the schedule that he's got, may not necessarily be the easiest, but you know that some of those teams, he's going to be putting up lots and lots of points. You know for a fact that Tom Brady's going to be sitting there slinging that ball. And if you can't sling the ball, then Lenny Fournette's going to eat. There's no balanced defense out there as well. Maybe the Green Bay Packers, the Rams got holes. Buccaneers do not. I don't know what to tell y'all. So the Julio Jones signing, in my opinion, makes the most sense because it just seems like we needed that Antonio Brown Hall of Fame talent. We needed another burner. We needed another possession guy. We needed just another guy who knew how to play to what Tom Brady's caliber was. It's no disrespect to Russell Gage. There's no disrespect to any of the other players that are on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. But it's one of the only teams that's ever existed that has had enough self-awareness to do what they've done. Whether it be because of Bruce Arians and Jason Light, like who cares? Jason Light, whatever. I always mix up his last name. So, looking at these training camps, we had a couple of people obviously miss today. Brady Evans Brait all took the day off. A little bit hot out there. A couple of other notes I wanted to bring up is Nick Everett is going to be receiving reps at the center position. So, you know, a lot of people have been calling about, what about our depth? What about our depth, Andrew? What are we going to do with that? Like, we got some. At least we did what we were supposed to do in the offseason. All these other teams just decide to go, you know, we're fine. Blah, 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 blah. We missed this guy, but we got this guy in-house. And we do technically do the same thing, but we go out and sign some of the talent when we lose it. And that's why that JC Treader thing is probably really, really tempting to a lot of Buccaneer fans out there right now. Guy can get $6 million, $8 million right off the bat. And there's dumbass Buccaneer fans out there being like, oh, he wants starting guy money. So did Julio. Oh, hit my nose on that. I dropped my pen. If Alex is watching, he'll be like, there it is. But there's Buccaneer fans actually out there who think that we can't be signing anybody right now. Julio Jones said that there was years on contracts available to him. Like actual contracts available to him where he's not pushing it down the road, where he's not being paid years later. He's getting paid now. But he decided to say no to that for a chance to play with Tom Brady and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Not the New Orleans Saints, not the Green Bay Packers, your Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Because he sees exactly what I see. It's one of the first times in NFL history where you can honestly, in my opinion, go and put $100 down on this and be guaranteed your money in February. And God help me if I'm wrong. I do not care. This Tampa Bay Buccaneer squad is that good. Nick Everett's going to be the other guy receiving reps at center. We signed tight end Bug Howard. I love the name. We got another tight end with the last name Howard. So that's listen, there's that, right? At least the Buccaneers got a little bit of that going on here. But now here's the big thing. And I wanted to get into this. And I know this is going to be a little bit difficult to talk about. But it needs to be said. Because obviously in the days of, content and, people wanting to get ahead, there's something that I've noticed with other teams when this has happened. Maybe not in the respect of an injury, but out of respect for coaches. If you don't respect the coach, or if a team is going one direction and they draft you and you want playing time and you keep voicing it, they just really they despise you. There is a lot of different teams out there that I really do think that have this problem. But the one big one that I see happening here with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers is we just drafted a guy, an edge rusher, in the second round. This edge rusher had a little bit of an accident. Maybe got a little bit too hard in practice and decided to go. And in that decision, it happened to have the really big consequences of the injury to Ryan Jensen. So honestly, I really don't think that Logan Hall is going to be seeing much playing time. Or Cameron Hall. Logan Hall. I do not think Hall is going to be seeing much playing time. It's one of those things in-house where if you injure one of your own, whether it's with intention or not, the way that Bruce Arians runs his ship and the way that Todd Bowles runs his ship and the way that Tom Brady runs his ship, I just don't see even in training camp Logan Hall even taking any cracks at the starting role, the starting position out there when Tom Brady's on the field. And it's not to label him as that guy right off the bat because we've seen those type of guys break out in camp and break other boys' noses and become stars for their teams. Don't necessarily want to hinder this guy's development. But the Bruce Arians effect is still on this team and is going to remain here for a while. And Bruce Arians is the type of guy where if he says don't fucking do something in training camp, you better not fucking do it in training camp. Go look at the Oakland Raiders. Las Vegas Raiders there. The Las Vegas Raiders the other day had their training camp, and one of their defensive players got a little too close to Derek Carr. Josh McDaniels let him have it. And obviously it's not Tom Brady, but it's pretty effing close. You took out Tom Brady's starting center. Whether it's intentional or not, coaching staff is probably going to look at that and say that guy is not getting on the field for a little bit. Not as necessarily punishment, but it's kind of like a you know what you did, and it has to be done. At least in training camp. And if he doesn't get the reps in training camp and he doesn't get the reps getting up to the regular season, You know he's not going to start. He's going to be a depth guy. And to be honest with you, I'm not saying I agree with it. I'm never going to say I agree with it. But it's one of those things where, to be honest, it's probably the proper thing to do. Kids got to settle down. League isn't the way that it used to be anymore, despite the way that I want it to be. Maybe Alex wants it to be, and my old co-host. The way that some other people I know want the league to be, a little bit more the way that it was back in the day, because that's how you get those hard-hitting blue chip guys. Listen, I agree, but that's not the way the NFL is nowadays. So that's the reason Buddy Guy got kicked out. The reason why Hall is probably not going to be playing or seeing too many reps on the first team is because of what happened in training camp. It's hard to say. It's hard to pinpoint on him on that. But if you go on social media right now and you try to find anything on him with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers talking about him, there's a couple of things out there. But I can find more on Jamel Dean right now. I can find more information on some guys that I didn't even know were technically playing on the Buccaneers. Then I can find information on Logan Hall. That's what happens when you go just a little bit too hard in training camp and you hurt one of your own. It's not necessarily to blame him. It's not necessarily to point him out in front of everybody, but it's going to be one of those things that just quietly happens, and he's going to know why. Because imagine what would have happened if he hit Tom Brady. Oh my God, could you effing imagine what would have happened if he would have hit Tom Brady? Whether he was pick number 33, I bet you it would have taken 33 minutes for him to have been contract terminated with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Here's your incentives. Get the hell out. We don't want people to go down, and we don't necessarily want people to feel as though that they cannot produce when they are on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. But this is a lot different. They got freaking padding on these helmets nowadays, guys. Look where the NFL is going. And you don't think that right there, that reasoning necessarily is the reason why he's not going to see the field? Let's get these big paddings on these guys' head. You got guys actually putting saran wrap out there on their heads to kind of like, make fun of this whole situation. But I get it. I understand it. So maybe it's just me. But I don't necessarily think Logan Hall is going to be seeing as much field time as we all think he is. So what do you guys think out there? What do you think about the Buccaneers signings? Do you think this has been probably one of the better signings that we've done with the Julio Jones? Do you think we need to sign J.C. Tretter? Like our man, Pewter Report's very own Joshua Cole Allen. Guy's been out there. Lost 8 pounds, he said today. That guy right there, if you want to get more of the real news about what's going on, some of the waivers, pickups, or some of the guys that we're going to have to waive, some of the training camp real standouts, get to Joshua Cole Allen. Follow him on Twitter. Check him out on Facebook. Pewter Report, all that kind of fun stuff, because that's where I've been following and watching. So props to him and everybody else who has been at training camp for the last 3 days. Obviously, if I lived in Tampa, I would take my ginger ass down there and just burn in the sun, but I live here in Canada, where apparently it's almost as hot as it is in Tampa. Yep. Could you believe that? So what do you think? Julio Jones going to put us over the edge? Think Robert Hainsey's got the job? Do you think it's J.C. Tretter? What do you think of? What do you think about Logan Hall? Do you think the guy's going to see the field? Do you think that's just another bump in the road? Tell me what you think in the comment section below. We'll be right back. All right, ladies and gentlemen, you know what it is. NSD in the house. Got about another 20 minutes left of the show. And just to let you know, We will have a full itinerary coming out probably on Tuesday of what to expect for full August, because I know a lot of people are wondering when these player rankings are going to get updated. When am I going to be able to get my how-to Dynasty video? Buddy, I got you all covered coming up here. And if you don't think that we're going to be exclusively talking the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, you are wrong, ladies and gentlemen. That's the way that I think it. Oh, Fred. Shit happens. Still 20-0, baby. Buddy, you go back to the beginning and you see what I've been saying. It's Tampa Bay Buccaneers this year, buddy. It's the first time I've ever said the Tampa Bay Buccaneers are winning the Super Bowl. 20-0? Fuck, buddy. It could be. I still think we're going 1-3 in the beginning just to scare everybody and be like, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers aren't going to do it. Oh, my God. I just put up, and then we're going to do it. I just think that's what we're going to do. So, all right, ladies and gentlemen. Quick little commercial break, and then we'll get back to you with a little bit of updates about what is going on in the XFL. It's announced. It's here. The Rock, his ex-wife, ESPN analysts, big old dudes with what do you call it? They've had tickets for life. Season tickets for, like, every XFL that's existed. Like, every type of fan was out for it. It was awesome. So we'll go to a quick commercial. Be right back with a little bit of talk of the XFL. Gentlemen, the XFL is finally here. It comes February 13th or 18th, something like that. But it's coming here next year, early 2023, right after the Super Bowl. A little bit of spring football. And as we've seen today and yesterday, and actually all throughout the week, a lot of USFL players have been signed to the NFL. So that's really good news for them. I can almost guarantee you more players are going to be signed from the XFL to the NFL going forward. When you start looking at some of these coaches that they got, especially in the Texas area. But I mean, all the way through, we got 8 teams again: Washington, D.C., St. Louis, Seattle, San Antonio, Orlando, Las Vegas, Houston, and Arlington are your 8 teams for the XFL going forward. It does look like that they wanted to stay out of the Tampa Bay market, and they also wanted to stay out of the New York market. Makes sense because there was no fans really showing up to them, especially no offense to the Vipers, because they kind of suck. So we don't know what these teams' names are. I'm on the site right now just to see if they actually did change, but they do got the colors, and I'm assuming that some of them are going to probably stay the same from what it was last time. But it's going to be cool to see the new teams like Las Vegas and Orlando and what kind of schemes that they're going to be going with for their team. So really cool to see that the XFL is finally back in. Reggie Barlow is going to be the head coach of the Washington, D.C. team. Anthony Beck is going to be the St. Louis coach. Jim Haslett for Seattle. Hines Ward, Pittsburgh's own. It's going to be the head coach of San Antonio. Terrell Buckley for Orlando. Las Vegas gets Rod Woodson, Hall of Famer. Houston gets Wade Phillips. Pretty sure Wade Phillips was a defensive coordinator for Houston back in the day for the Texans. And, of course, Bob Stoops, Arlington's very own. Or not very own, but Bob Stoops gets Arlington's very own team and gets to be their head coach going forward. They got the colors behind them. So, like, Washington is going to be darker red. St. Louis is going to be like a navy blue. Seattle is going to be a green. San Antonio is going to be yellow. Orlando is going to be like a lime green. Vegas is going to be like a normal red, not like a dark red. Houston's going to be like a darker blue, kind of like a Houston blue, and Arlington's going to be the lighter blue. Again, not exactly sure what team is going to be and what team is going to be what. But that's the beautiful thing about the XFL is it just came around and it's just starting and stuff like that. So it'd be good to see what happens going forward, especially with the development of this league. It is partnered with not only Disney, but with the NFL right off the bat, so that there's a lot of players that if it's the NFL Alumni Academy. So players waiting to get drafted, undrafted free agents, can actually go to the academy, be able to watch film, tape, break down with coaches and stuff like that. And if they do not get signed right off the bat out of there to go play with a team or an NFL roster spot, what happens is they will go straight to the XFL, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, they will go straight to the XFL, and they will be able to play and get a roster and a contract position right off the bat. They might have to move, might have to go somewhere, but you might have to hit the grind just like The Rock did back in the day. Well, he said he only had like, what, $6 to himself? Or however many. I should know that, actually. I've been following him for a while. It was only $6. He only had so much money on him. When the CFL decided to kick him out. How ironic. And that was the big news that I wanted to break on the XFL special that I was doing, is that the XFL was moving into Canada, because that is the news that I had heard. But it seems like that was something that was only going to happen if the partnership with the CFL was going to exist. And I'm not exactly sure of the full details on it. I know a lot of details did come out about it, and I'm not too sure which ones are real and which ones are not. That's what happens when you decide to get into the insider game like I did. And you get a couple for a couple of different things, like getting the Kraken's name 3.5 weeks before it actually came out, even though that was, to a lot of people, like kind of taking a 50-50 shot. I don't fucking care. So, all right, ladies and gentlemen, the XFL talk is done. We still got some time to kick off here. So what I'm going to do, if anybody wants to, I'm literally just going to drop the StreamYard link in. So if anybody wants to pop in, say hi while I'm live, talk a little bit of football or anything like that, I'm on vacation. Shit don't matter. I actually prepped a show for today. I actually made sure I did all the little notes and everything that I have all right here, just to see if anybody was going to be watching today. But also at the same time, too, NSD comes live every Friday, whether we got the time to do it or not. Oh, I'm going to make sure. There we go, nice chair. So let's talk a little bit more about the Tampa Bay Buccaneers again. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers again. There we go. Do you honestly think this is the year for them? Do you think I'm just talking crazy at this point now? Why would I be talking crazy, though? Is there any other team? Is there any other team really out there that can defeat the Tampa Bay Buccaneers? Oh, this guy. I don't want to get his take on that. Oh, these two. Hey.
What's up, man?
How you doing?
I was watching your. I was watching you. Yeah, sorry that I'm like in my kitchen, literally cooking dinner.
Yeah.
You were like, if somebody wants to jump on, I'm gonna send the link, and I was like, well, if he's gonna send the link, I'm gonna jump on.
Hell yeah, dude.
What did Andrew just say? Did he say we could jump on?
Yeah. Jump on. Join the show. I see Sid is cooking, which I was told by my fiance through your wife. But that's actually, you're the person that does that in the household and stuff like that. So what are you cooking tonight?
Tacos.
I
Still want pizza.
How hot is it there? Because it's really freaking hot here.
Hot. It was. I don't know. We were sitting outside earlier for all of 5 seconds because my son likes to go outside, but then it was really hot, so I didn't stay very long.
Yeah, I barbecued a little bit of chicken breast outside, and they turned out great. But at the same time, too, I was like, I'm going inside. Like every 5 minutes, I'm like, ugh, I don't want to burn until tomorrow. So
Today's high.
Oh, today's high was only 100.
You know, to Canadians, if they never knew the whole like degrees in Fahrenheit thing, that would sound like way too hot.
Yeah, I don't know what that is in Celsius, but
I think it's 45.
50. Something around there.
Hold on. I'm checking that right now. 100 degrees Fahrenheit. It says 37.
Oh, man. That was way too high.
So we were 6 degrees less than you today.
But your degrees are a lot bigger degrees.
Well, I guess, yeah. So technically, we were like probably 90 then today for context.
There you go, right? Okay. All right,
Yeah.
so my bad. I didn't mean to just crash your show and start like talking about other things.
What? No, dude, that's all good. What do you got?
I mean, I'm just making tacos, but so what are we talking about? Let me jump in the middle of this.
I'm just literally saying that there's no other team in the NFL that even has a shot at the freaking Super Bowl than it is literally the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and go home. That
I think Jensen is a little bit of a loss.
yes, I am.
That might be. It was like you get Julio, but you lose Jensen. So
yeah, I don't like the trade-offs that we're getting, but we're gonna get JC Treader probably, or we're gonna keep Hainsey, so we'll be fine, right? We're fine.
I think so. Well,
Yeah.
and if you were watching, I don't know if you saw Pat McAfee show when he got hurt, he was talking to AQ Shipley, who coaches the line for them. And AQ has been working one-on-one with that backup center all offseason. So, like, he's got – and AQ was Jensen's backup last year. So, he's been working with him, like, all summer one-on-one. So, he's almost, like, ready for this. Like, at least he's been training with, like, the right guy and ready to make his step up. So, I mean, if it was going to happen at least you got, like, a competent backup that's been practicing with a guy that knows a lot in AQ, which is really good for you guys, but it is a big loss.
It is a huge loss. Sorry, that burp has been wanting to come out since the start of the show, apparently. So, the Super Bowl is around your neck of the woods, obviously, this upcoming year.
I was literally just talking to Ash. I'm like, we're going to all the festivities because the festivities before the Super Bowl are a lot of friggin' fun.
Well, and I actually just, basically told the fiance that when we get back from our vacation that we're going to be making sure that our passports are up to date for the obvious chance that the Buccaneers are going to the Super Bowl. I am driving our asses down for it because I'm not missing that.
Hey, if you need a place to stay.
See, this is what I wish Kim was here right now because there's like I don't even have to ask. See, it's fine. Christopher Cole in the comment section said it's hot here in Florida, and it's the humidity that makes it hotter. It was 96 today.
Yeah, see, we have zero humidity in Arizona. That dry heat is all we have. So.
And it is different.
Yeah, but yeah.
Enjoying heat. I'm like, no, it's different.
You guys have that, because you're not near the ocean or anything like that. You're just like literally smack dab in the middle of
the desert.
Yeah, like the equator.
Yeah, there's a reason people didn't live here until like 50 years ago when they could figure out how to make AC and get water here.
What about like places like Idaho and Nebraska? Like, aren't those places? Those places are supposed to have people, right?
I mean, they're supposed to have people, but it's easier to build a fire than it is to make ice in the warm.
I mean, I guess that's true. That is true.
There's also water in those places.
Yeah, there's no water in here. Like,
yeah, your water supply is evaporating, is it not?
Yeah, so we use like Lake Mead, which is up on the Nevada, in Nevada, basically, and we have canals that funnel it down and stuff like that. But Lake Mead is down like 100 feet, 150 feet in the last like 10 years or something like that.
No,
it's no buenos.
No bueno. So where's your water gonna come from then?
Not me, dude.
Not me, dude.
Canada. You guys got enough water for us?
It's melting into the ocean.
Well, that's not good.
No, it's not. Like, it's just all of our like glaciers and stuff like that, they're gone. No, I'm just kidding. I don't know what's actually happening with them. Talk to me in December when it's minus 41, and I'm like, God, I wish I was in Arizona right now.
Yeah, 1,000%. Yeah, whenever we visit Canada, it won't be in the winter. I promise you that.
Well, when you guys come down for the wedding, obviously it's not going to be in the winter time, so I won't put you through that. But my fiance has said how funny it would be to bring you and the family down in the wintertime just to see how it would be. And I'm like, yeah, but then we got to go down there in the middle of like July or August. And no.
Yeah, trust me. You want to come out here in December when it's 65 degrees out.
No,
Yep.
Kim lives for the sun. She's got to come when the sun is out.
Well, there's no sun in December in Canada, so you might as well
Yeah.
come where there is sun.
Yeah, Kim absolutely hates the wintertime. Like, she absolutely hates it. Me, because of my hair color and because of just who I am and stuff like that. I lived out in the country, and the most fun I ever had out in the country was in the wintertime. A lot easier
Yeah,
to
'cause you
track
couldn't
down.
go out in the summertime. That makes sense.
Yeah. I mean, a lot easier to like live out in the forest in my country house when I was growing up in the summertime. 1,000%. You're not going to live out in minus 41 degree weather without a consistent fire
Facts.
and protection from like elks trying to steal you and stuff like that. Look at those tacos, ladies and gentlemen.
We got stuff working. Doing it all one-handed. Holding the phone. Doing the cooking. You know.
Why is Sid not helping? Or sorry, why is Ash not helping? There we go.
She helps when I like hand her stuff. I'm like, hey, I need 2 hands for this.
I open the cans.
I opened the can. That's absolutely hilarious. So, ladies and gentlemen, we only got about 4.5 minutes left of the show. We were talking Tampa Bay Buccaneers today. To give you a general idea of what is going to be coming up in the offseason here for August, obviously, Sid is going to be coming on with Ash because we're going to be doing a segment in a couple of weeks here about the Dallas Cowboys, Pittsburgh Steelers all-time team, which will be a nice, fun segment to do. We're going to literally have, I kid you not, I got this lined up. We're going to have a doctor come on this show. An actual graduate from Clemson doctorate. Yeah. Come on this show and talk Tampa Bay Buccaneers. An old writer for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers as well. I'm still working on, and this, you know how every show with, here we go. Bucks playing Arizona on my birthday. When's your birthday, Christopher Cole? When is the Buccaneers going to Arizona? When is that game?
We have tickets to the Patriots-Arizona game on Monday Night Football in December.
When do we play? But when does the Bucks play the Cardinals?
That I did not know.
Oh, let me see. Bucks Cardinals. Tickets on sale for the Bucks and Cardinals game. August 12th. Wait, no, that's wrong.
Preseason?
I was like, wait a second, it's not preseason. Let me see here. New Orleans, Seattle.
December.
Oh, Christmas.
Wow. That's why. That's why.
Then he's a Jew, so we can still go.
I would love to convince Kim to come down for Christmas, but she would never do it.
Yeah, that's a tough one. It's a tough sell.
They're like, yeah, we're going to go spend Christmas at the Swintons. She'd be like, the Swintons invite us? She'd be like, not necessarily, but, you know.
They'll be cool with it.
Yeah, they'll be fine. It's not like wintertime. We could actually sleep. It'd be December and we can sleep outside. It'd be fine.
You can go swimming in December here.
What?
Bro, it's like 75 degrees out on Christmas. Like,
what? So how old is it? Like 25 or 26?
Yeah.
That's very cold.
That's insane. If it's 25 or 26 out here, that's like the most gorgeous day of all time.
Yeah, that's Christmas.
Oh, God. Yeah, I see. I'm going to have to convince. I've tried to convince the fiance that we should move to the States, but she doesn't like certain things. And I'm like, why don't we just move like to Spokane? So it's close enough to Canada we can come back if we want to.
There you go.
Yeah.
I'd like to visit Washington, but don't move before I visit Canada land. I need to go to Canada.
Yeah, we need to find like a festival where I can bring you to with me and the fiance, which would be fun. Do Shambhala, where it's all a hippie and stuff like that, and me and you would look so out of place with our beards and stuff.
Let's do it. I'm in. I'll braid my beard or something.
See, that's what I think I have to do tomorrow.
Bro,
I
let
think
me dye it. I'll dye my hair and you can dye your beard and we'll be matching.
I would tell you, we would all
cute.
I would do
all
it.
of us dye our beards. Yeah, exactly. I probably more than likely tomorrow going to like braid something in my hair or whatever. So
Gotta look like a pirate.
I'm gonna look like something tomorrow, that's for sure. I don't know what I'm gonna look like. I'm gonna have way too many beers in me, and I'm already getting kind of inebriated because I need to prepare myself for the inevitable pain that I'm gonna be in a couple of days.
Cheers.
Cheers. Cheers. All right. Thank you to the Swintons for tuning in and being on the show. Much love to you guys. Tell them all where they can find you.
Oh, Squid Reps Cards. Check me out on Instagram, Facebook now. I just started a Facebook group, and TikTok if you like anything football card related. I run a bunch of stuff like that. But also, Let's Talk Football with Sunday morning, me and the wifey. She also runs Ladies Takeover on Wednesday or Thursdays. When the season starts, their first episode should be August 11th. There you go.
Nice.
Check them out. And then, check out Let's Talk Football. That's where you find me and her.
Yeah. Then you guys are out live on Sunday, right?
Sundays. Yep. Right now it's Sunday morning with the Swins. It's me, my wife, and Sean. And then that is going to transition into fantasy football, giving you your last-minute updates for any injuries that may be happening, key starters that may be out for whatever reason, just trying to give you a last-minute answer any questions you may have right before the game starts. Check us out.
Which, by the way, thank you for Kenneth Gainwell today.
For sure, me. I own half the second round now, so.
I know. Which, to anybody out there who ever wants an update on how the North Sports Dynasty League is going, I think the top 4 ranked teams right now would be like, obviously, Robert. I think I'm gonna probably have to throw Kevin probably in there because I looked at Kevin's team. It looks pretty damn good. My team, obviously, but Alex's team is starting to look really, really good since it's super flex and Mr. Sid has decided to tank and let us all just give him picks for all the players that we want. Like I got Kenneth Gainwell today. I'm so happy. So.
But man, my young guys are looking pretty good.
Oh yes, they are. All right, buddy. I will see you later, and I'm definitely tuning in on Sunday. I'm gonna be so hungover; it's gonna be like the only thing that I could stand. So,
I appreciate it.
All right, buddy. We'll talk to you later. Thanks for having
me on.
No worries. Thanks for being on. We'll talk to you soon.
Later.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm gonna get out of here. It's vacation time. It's been fun hanging out with all of you. Much love to all of you. Much love to all the people who were tuning in today. We're going to have a lot more content coming up because the Tampa Bay Buccaneers season is beginning now, and that means fantasy football season is beginning right now as well. So thank you all for tuning in. Much love. Drop a share, drop a like, and tell everybody, tell all your friends where they can find North Sports Dynasty on Facebook, on YouTube, on Twitter. Follow me, share me, subscribe to me because we got a lot of different giveaways coming out this year that I cannot wait for all of you to be a part of and help get winning. Let's get this thing off the ground and let's create some of the biggest and baddest new content out there for not only your Tampa Bay Buccaneers and not only the XFL and my Detroit Red Wings, but everything else football and everything else sports, ladies and gentlemen. Much love. We'll talk to you soon and we'll see you next week after I'm done getting absolutely inebriated. Goodbye.